Welcome to eGolf Real World Episode 2. Today we're going to look at the windshield wiper lever. It's got a lot of writing on it and it can be quite confusing. So we're going to try to break it down for you. But first, you need to turn on the engine because wipers don't work without any juice. So looking at the lever here, if we push up, we put it in the intermittent mode. And as you see, the wiper starts going. And it doesn't seem to be at a regular interval, and that's because there's a rain sensor in front of the rear view mirror that controls how it works in the intermittent mode. So it will wipe faster or slower depending on the amount of rain that is falling. Here we see it picking up the pace. Actually, very impressive tool. It works quite well, which begs the question what to do with low and high. Well, in the real world, I've discovered low and high come in handy when it's a little darker and the sensor isn't quite as sensitive to the rain that's coming down. Now there is an adjustment for that. That's its sensor adjuster right there. By going to the right, we increase the sensitivity. Sometimes it's easier just to put it in the high or low mode instead of playing around with the little sensor switch while you're trying to drive. If you take a look at the left-hand side of the lever, we see it has high, low, intermittent, off, and 1X. 1X allows us to do a double wipe, and then it turns off. If we go up 1 from the off position, then we go into our intermittent mode, which inside a garage won't do anything because the sensor is not detecting any rain. If we go up 1 from that, then you're in the low mode. And of course, 1 up from that puts you in the high cycling mode. Now we're back in the intermittent mode. Nothing happens because it's not detecting any rain. Again, we can adjust the sensitivity to that sensor by the little rocker switch on top. And now we're in off. Now we look at the markings on the right-hand side. The bottom one indicates that if you pull on the lever towards you, it will activate the front windshield washers. As long as you're holding that lever towards you, the washers and wipers will continue operating. Once you let go, the wipers will go through a cycle and then stop. Pushing back on the lever will activate the rear windshield wiper once every 6 seconds. If you push it back further and hold, this will activate the washer for the rear windshield. Once you release the lever, it'll go into the intermittent mode for that wiper. So you have to move it forward 1 more to turn it off. Speaking of wipers, go into the infotainment center and hit setup. Of course, another way to get to the setup menu is to go to menu, vehicle, setup. Down at the bottom is mirrors and wipers. You want to make sure to turn on automatic wiping during rain. That activates the sensor, and also the wipe rear window in reverse, which is really cool because when you put the car in reverse, the rear windshield wiper will wipe while the front ones are also wiping. Pretty cool, huh? Real world, the only issues I've really had with this rain sensor is it works great during the day, not so well at twilight and darkness. You can adjust the sensor settings for that, but I find that a little clumsy, so I would probably default to just low or high as needed and not play with the little switch while I'm trying to drive. And the only other issue I have is that the front windshield washer really oversprays, almost to the back of the car. and on a pearl black car, it really tends to show. If you like the video, please subscribe, leave us a comment, give us a thumbs up, and as always, thank you so much for watching.